From being deemed too expensive and overlooked by multiple MLB teams to becoming one of the most electrifying players in baseball history, Ronald Acuña Jr.'s journey is nothing short of a Hollywood script. But behind the jaw-dropping home runs, the record-shattering steals, and the MVP accolades lies a story of controversy, resilience, and a player who both dazzled and divided the world of baseball. Welcome to Baseball Spark, where today we're diving deep into the roller coaster career of Ronald Acuña Jr., a player who redefined greatness while walking a tightrope of controversy. In the quaint, bustling fishing town nestled on the Venezuelan coast, a young Ronald Acuña Jr. played baseball with a fervor that outshined the limitations of his humble beginnings. The town, with its singular baseball field, was the unlikely cradle of a talent that would soon take the major leagues by storm. Acuña, often pitted against adults in the absence of players his age, displayed an uncanny ability that hinted at his future greatness. Despite this, his road to the MLB was anything but straightforward. As Acuña matured, the path to professional baseball presented itself, albeit riddled with skepticism from several MLB franchises. The Kansas City Royals, intrigued by his potential, ultimately passed, unconvinced by his abilities at shortstop. The Texas Rangers, too, hesitated, citing concerns over his swing. The Colorado Rockies were on the verge of signing him, but diverted their funds elsewhere at the last minute. And the Washington Nationals, close to a deal, balked at the perceived financial risk. It seemed as though Acuña's dream was slipping through his fingers, dismissed as too raw, too unrefined, or simply too expensive by the scouts who watched him. But fate, it seems, had a different plan in store. The Atlanta Braves, with a keen eye for talent overlooked by others, saw beyond the rough edges and raw talent. They recognized a diamond in the rough, and in a move that can only be described as one of the shrewdest in recent baseball history, they signed Ronald Acuña Jr. for a modest sum of $100,000. This investment would soon yield returns that far exceeded its modest beginnings. From the moment he set foot on an MLB field in 2018, Acuña was a force to be reckoned with. His debut season was marked by an electrifying blend of power and speed, quickly endearing him to fans and marking him as a player to watch. But it wasn't just his performance that caught the eye, it was the flair with which he played. A spark of joy and passion that harkened back to his days on the Venezuelan fields, playing for the love of the game. As Acuña rounded the bases for the first time in a major league ballpark, the doubts and rejections that had marred his path to the MLB seemed a distant memory. Here was a young talent, just 20 years old, ready to leave his mark on the world's biggest baseball stage. The Braves, once critiqued for their gamble, now basked in the emergence of a star who would redefine the game in the years to come. Ronald Acuña Jr.'s ascent in the MLB was meteoric, but it was not without turbulence. With his rapid rise came a series of incidents that cast a long shadow over his undeniable talent. Acuña, with his exuberant style of play and youthful bravado, quickly became a polarizing figure within the baseball community. Every controversy seemed to ignite a debate about the unwritten rules of baseball and the evolving culture of the game. One of the first major controversies occurred when Acuña was benched by Braves manager Brian Snitker for a perceived lack of hustle. After hitting what he thought was a home run, Acuña admired his shot a moment too long, transforming what should have been a double into a single. This incident sparked a national conversation about the balance between the joy and the celebration of the game and the traditional expectations of hustle and discipline. The controversies extended beyond the field. Acuña's fashion choices, from the way he wore his hat to the style of his eye black, were scrutinized and criticized, seen by some as a lack of respect for baseball's traditional aesthetics. In one instance, a legendary player from his home country, who had once been a friend and a mentor, publicly chastised him, calling Acuña a crybaby for his on-field demeanor. Perhaps the most significant and ongoing controversy has been Acuña's tumultuous relationship with the Miami Marlins. It began with a series of hit-by pitches, which many saw as intentional due to Acuña's success against the team. These incidents not only led to bench-clearing brawls, but also reignited the age-old debate about the use of pitch intimidation in baseball. Acuña's response to these pitches, often characterized by a fiery blend of defiance and flair, further divided opinions. Was he merely standing up for himself, or was he disrespecting the game and its players? Acuña's on-field celebrations, particularly his bat flips and home plate antics, have become emblematic of the younger generation's approach to baseball, an approach that values expression and entertainment. Yet these same celebrations have made him a target for those who believe they flout the game's traditional codes of conduct. Each bat flip and slow trot around the bases seemed to ask a question. Is there room in baseball for this new style of play, or does it cross the line of sportsmanship? Off the field, Acuña's comments and actions have sometimes exacerbated the controversies. From social media spats with former players to public disagreements with team policies, Acuña has navigated a complex landscape of public relations, often finding himself at the center of debates about player autonomy, team loyalty, and the changing dynamics of athlete-media interaction. Ronald Acuña Jr.'s journey through these controversies has been a mirror to the changing face of baseball. As the game grapples with its identity in the 21st century, Acuña stands at the crossroads, embodying the tension between tradition and evolution. His story is not just about the challenges he's faced, but about the broader dialogue within baseball about respect, tradition, and the future of America's pastime. Amid the whirlwind of controversies and cultural clashes within the sport, Ronald Acuña Jr.'s on-field achievements have carved a legacy that transcends the debates. His record-breaking feats have not only solidified his status as one of the game's premier talents, but have also symbolically shattered the barriers of what is expected from a young player in Major League Baseball. Acuña's blend of power and speed became the cornerstone of his game, distinguishing him as a true five-tool player. His ability to change the course of games, whether through a timely home run or a stolen base, marked him as a player capable of dominating in multiple facets of the game. One of the most defining moments of his career came early on when he became the youngest player in MLB history to homer in 5 consecutive games, a feat that included 3 leadoff home runs that electrified fans and stunned opponents. His dynamic play helped propel the Atlanta Braves to numerous playoff appearances, revitalizing a franchise and rekindling a passion among its fan base. His performances in crucial games, marked by clutch hitting and daring base running, often turned the tide in tight contests, earning him accolades and solidifying his role as a cornerstone of the team. Despite his youth, he became a role model for young players, demonstrating that age is but a number when it comes to making an impact in Major League Baseball. His fearless approach to the game, combined with his undeniable talent, challenged older players and coaches to reconsider the possibilities of youthful exuberance blended with disciplined play. The arc of Ronald Acuña Jr.'s career took a dramatic turn in 2021 when, in the midst of a potentially career-defining season, disaster struck. During a routine play in the outfield, Acuña landed awkwardly, tearing his ACL. An injury that threatened not just the season, but the trajectory of his entire career. The sight of Acuña being carted off the field, tears streaming down his face, was a gut-wrenching moment for fans and players alike. Questions swirled about his return. Would he ever be the same dynamic player known for his explosive speed and power? The road to recovery was a long and painful process, but Acuña fought and made it back for the 2022 season. Was he a shell of his former self? Let's find out. As the 2022 season progressed, so too did Acuña's confidence and capabilities on the field. By 2023, he was not just back, he was better than ever. That year, Acuña accomplished what no player had done before. He shattered the ceiling of expectations by achieving an extraordinary milestone of 40 home runs and 70 stolen bases in a single season. This historic achievement was a resounding answer to any doubts about his ability to overcome adversity. Acuña had not only returned to his pre-injury form, he had transcended it. As we look to the future, Ronald Acuña Jr.'s legacy continues to unfold. Ronald Acuña Jr.'s story is one of triumph, tribulation, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. His journey from a remote Venezuelan village to the pinnacle of baseball stardom is a testament to his incredible talent and unwavering spirit, through controversies, injuries, and unprecedented success. And that's the story of Ronald Acuña Jr., a player who, despite everything, continues to light up the world of baseball with his electrifying play and indomitable spirit. Thank you for joining us on Baseball Spark. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Acuña's career, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that ignite your passion for the game. We'll catch you in the next inning.